Today's topic is all about the realities of self-publishing. And if you've got 5 minutes, I've got 5 tips to help you do a reality check. A couple of episodes ago, we talked about self-publishing, and I gave you 5 tips for how to get started in self-publishing. Now, I really feel that I would be remiss if I didn't balance those tips for you with tips about how to deal with the realities. One of the things that new writers often forget about is that the things that they read on the internet and the things that people tell them are not always the absolute truth, but there are some realities and some things that you need to look at and you need to consider when you're going to do self-publishing. So let's go. Reality number 1 is that self-publishing is not as easy as it looks. I know you're going to tell me that you have a blog and all you have to do is press publish and it's published, and that's correct. And you have a friend that said all you have to do when you finish your book is upload it onto a platform and publish. Press publish and the platform will do everything for you. That is possible, but the fact of the matter is if you want a quality product, there's a learning curve. And the higher quality product you want, the steeper that learning curve is going to be. My tip is to take your time and learn what to do and how to do it. Reality number 2, self-publishing can cost you nothing, but it can also cost you a lot in time, commitment, and most of all, in money. Have a look at this slide. I'm going to give you some idea of how much it could cost you, money-wise, to publish your book. Now, according to the Reedsy blog, 2021 costs are as follows. Developmental editing can cost you about $1,400. These are all in US dollars, so those of us in Canada, it's going to be even more expensive. Copy editing will run you about $1,000. Proofreading, $700. Cover design is going to run you somewhere between $300 and $1,500, and you usually get what you pay for. Formatting can cost you $500 to $1,000, and marketing, well, as far as marketing is concerned, the sky's the limit. My tip is to figure out how much money you want to spend on your publication and figure out the best way to spend that money. Would it be best spent on cover design and interior formatting, or would it be best if you spent it on developmental editing, particularly if this is among one of your first books? Reality number 3 is that not all online publishing platforms are the same. Not at all. Give you just a quick example. The Amazon KDP program actually provides you with an ability to format your book very professionally. If you're for an ebook, for example, they have a program called Kindle Create, which you can download and you can format your book. It's fairly easy to learn to use it, and you get a very good product. However, if you decide to go with Smashwords, for example, for your digital book, you're required to upload to them an EPUB document, for example. Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to make that EPUB look really good? If you don't, then that might not be the platform for you. So the bottom line is that some platforms provide you with absolutely nothing, no support, and very little distribution, and others provide you with absolutely everything. But the absolutely everything always comes at a price. My tip here is to research the hell out of online platforms. Have a look at each one yourself. Look at what they provide and what they don't provide for you, how much distribution they provide, whether or not you're going to have to use more than one platform. And please do not rely on the advice of other people. Don't go on to a Facebook group and ask people's advice about what you should use. This is secondhand advice. That is not a primary source. Do the research yourself. Only you know what you need to know. Reality number 4 is that self-publishing still carries a stigma in some circles. Now, you may not care about this at all, but if you want to be taken seriously as a writer, it's worth considering. You'll have to be prepared to defend your publishing decision to people who will question it, who will question why you decided to self-publish rather than seeking a traditional publishing contract. And everyone has a different reason for this. You have to be aware that many reviewers who review for traditional mass media publications or magazines won't consider self-published titles, no matter how good that self-published title is. It's simply one of their policies. My tip is never be defensive about your choice to self-publish, but recognize that not everyone has jumped on the bandwagon. Reality number 5 is that masses of positive reviews for a self-published book does not necessarily paint an accurate picture of the quality of that book. Many reviews of self-published books are written by other independent authors, who the author of this book has asked to write a review. And if you are asked to write a review, and you write a review and you're an independent author, you are very likely going to expect the author of that book to write a review of your book, a positive review. So if another independent author writes a glowing review of your book, you can rest assured that you're going to be expected to give something in return for that. Now, as far as I'm concerned, this is quite disingenuous, and it is one of the reasons that self-published books still continue to carry a stigma, like I spoke of before. My tip for you is to just walk away from anyone who expects something in return for writing a review of your book, and absolutely never pay anybody to write a review of your book. This is absolutely considered unacceptable in the publishing world, whether traditional or self. My bottom line tip is this: be realistic. Knowing what you're up against is half the battle. I'll see you next time. Subscribe to Write, Fix, Repeat, and maybe I can help you improve your writing knowledge and skills, 5 tips at a time.